Hi, beautiful people. I'm Justin. This is Just Talk. I just wanted to get on here right fast and just share this with y'all. What's on my mind. Um, and I'm always, wanting to just say something if it can reach someone to help someone. That is always my intention to share my story, share what God gives me so that it can help bless somebody's. It can help um, change someone's life, make it better. That's my whole intention and purpose. I just wanted to talk about how my spiritual journey healed me. I want y'all to understand that I was a traumatized child from molestation, being young, being raped, um, felt unloved by my family. My mother had a mental illness. My dad was verbally abusive. Um, not verbally, not just verbally. I'm sorry, let me correct that. Not just verbally, but physically abusive. That's the household I grew up in as a small child. Um, not ever having a relationship that loved me back. Always gave and someone always took advantage of my heart, my kindness, not having friends that were down for me behind curtains. They were hating on me, jealous of me, wanting to be like me, didn't even know my story. I don't think they even cared if they did. But I've always tried to share my story freely so, people could know that they're not alone. Being in a relationship, verbally abusive relationship with a woman that was 32, I was 19, ended up being verbal and abusive in their relationship between the both of us. She was verbally abusive, and then I became abusive, physically abusive. And having a small child, trying to take care of my child, my son's father wasn't there, even though when my son had a mental break, I literally allowed myself to be vulnerable and begged him to be there for my child, even though my child was grown, older, but it's always been our child. So I just felt abandoned, like I felt when I was 16, I got pregnant, by him. And so I had to do it myself. I had to become a mother and a father for my son. And, being in a relationship with someone that I loved and that person stabbing me before that, um, woman I was with, she didn't like my son. That's another story. I don't even want to talk about all of that. It's not that I can't. It's a long story. Me leaving her, she get a voodoo doll, you know, um, to do some shit to me, whatever. Um, it just, one thing after another, being in an 8-year relationship, marriage, that not working out, cheating, verbally abusive. I was verbally abusive in the early and middle parts of that marriage. My ex-wife was cheating on me and lying to me, and she had issues. Not to put her down, talk about her business. I'll just say that much. I'm just trying to give y'all like my kind of like life story and a short story to show you how my spiritual journey really changed my life. Me never dealing with all of those pains and hurts. I had went to therapy. At one point I was going to a psychiatrist. I was been to a psychologist. I've been on medication when I was younger. I was diagnosed as bipolar, manic depression, manic some type of depression. I used to get depressed all the time. Um, just like a bunch of just dark shit, And my mother passed away May 18, 2016, and I just wouldn't grieve. because I had stopped crying at one point in my life because my tears turned into anger, and then I was with my ex-wife, and she used to tell me I was too sensitive, and because I would cry on movies, and so that kind of like changed me, made me harder, made it just go with go inside of me instead of allowing it to come out. And if somebody do that to you, don't let nobody do that to you. Don't let nobody damage your healing, because crying is healing. And if you sensitive, it's okay. Shit, fuck them. Shit, you know. Um, but I guess I projected that right back on her, because when she used to cry, when she started crying at the end, I used to be telling her, "What the fuck you crying for?" Especially when she used to do shit that was wrong, cheat on me, and lie to me and stuff. I would be mad when she cried, and I didn't even realize I was really doing the same thing that she was doing to me, but I didn't even realize I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? But sounds say my life was very hard, has been very hard, and it took my mom's death and my marriage going down the drain and my son's mental break and all of that stuff going on in my life, and my son, it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. I'm not. Maybe I'll tell my whole story one day, but it's just too long. It's a lot. You'll be like, damn, shit. When did you have a break? So anyway, um, I I had given up. I had been fighting the battle. This is where I got stabbed at right there. I had a chest tube in my chest. I have a scar. Anyway, so because I try to stay on track, because I've been got sidetracked or to talk about this and that show. But anyway, so um, and it's not anyway because it was very deep and detrimental for my life and very hard and emotional, and you can't even imagine the shit I've been through in my life. It, if I looked at my life as a person, a stand on the outside looking in, I would have been crying for me and praying for me, and not even overstanding or understanding or even understanding how I'm still alive and have any type of sanity at all, like a pinch. Because yeah, I've had some dark days. So, make a long story short, um, I had given up. I tried to grieve when my mother's death, but when I tried to grieve, I felt like if I would have, that I wouldn't have come out of it. It just, when I felt it, I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to go to work. I wasn't gonna, and I felt like I had to do my part in the marriage and go be responsible and go to work and pay my bills and stuff like that. And my ex-wife at the time, it wasn't like she was like, it's okay, you need to grieve. I didn't have that support to say it's okay, you can grieve, I have your back. And I had to suck it up, which only damaged me more. So I ended up just going into a deep depression. And I had told God that I was just pretty much, I was done. And then every time somebody would talk about religion, or God, I would just be like, please be quiet. I don't want to hear anything else you guys say about God and religion. I don't want to hear it. It ain't working. That's not working. That's not working. I've been, I've been in these different churches. I've been baptized. I've read parts of the Bible back in the day. While I've been to church, I was going to church like faithfully. Like when I say faithfully, at one point in my life, I was going from one church to the next church, trying to learn, trying to figure out which religion would I become closer to God. And so I just was like, I just got tired of hearing about what everybody else had to say about God. And then I used to get pissed off. Like when people would say, you just gotta pray to God, ask God. It's like, y'all always fucking praying to ask God for do something for y'all. Why the fuck y'all don't do it for yourself? Like I used to get so mad because I, felt like that. I felt like, why you always gotta ask God to do everything for you? Don't you need to do some shit for yourself? I felt like everybody just was like, go to God, pray. Okay, if I had prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed the same prayer, God heard me. Shit, what am I gonna do? Or what you gonna do? Shit, and that's how I felt. And so one day, And this after I met my twin flame. I I experienced this. Um, I straight up asked God, said, God, who are you? Is this all to life? Like literally. I was like, is this it? Like, and I just couldn't believe such a big world, such a big, beautiful world that God had created, and lots of the world I hadn't even seen, and the parts that I did see was so beautiful. That God painted and orchestrated and blew life into it. I'm just like, is this it? Like, this is my life? Like, my life gonna be shitty forever? You know, and I just was like depressed. And then after I met my twin flame, which became a karmic. And karmic is anybody. Anybody could be a karmic. Doesn't mean a person not your twin flame. It's just that that's they karmic energy. You know, they doing some fuck shit to you. They doing some fuck shit. And sometimes they may never come out of that fuck shit. But again, I unfortunately I appreciate everything I learned from them because it hurt me like hell, but it helped me to awaken to something I never ever saw in my life. Like God's love just started pouring out to me, from the sky, from the trees, like nature. Like I'm talking about, I feel God's love wrap around me, like in a way where I can't even explain it to make you understand, how real it was and phenomenon. That's the only word I could think of, because it was, I never experienced it. Like literally, like it even got to the point where I would go outside and the wind would blow on my face and it'll feel like God's hand was just like gently touching my face to let me know that I'm all around you. Like it just got deep. I started noticing like more stuff. Like God started showing me signs. I was asking the universe, which God, so people say universe, people refer to God different, ways. But I would ask God to show me signs if this my twin flame and this and that and show me, and God would do it. I'd be like, whoa, it just has been an amazing experience. But to say God healed me through that experience. God made me look at myself. God allowed me to be hurt so that I can cry. God allowed me to see my temper and realize why I had a temper. Like God brought me all the way back to when the demon went inside me as a child, because of the hurt and pain, seeing my mom being abused and, then going from that to just more problems. And God helped my mental. Like I thought I would never like be free from mental illness. I thought I would never be free from the anguish, the not having peace in my mind, the just depression like all the time, like majority of the time, not wanting to live, wanting to be commit suicide. Like this is all stuff that God has healed me from. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the stuff that God has healed me from. Like when I tell y'all I have peace now, I just won't give nothing for it, give up nothing for it. Just nothing for, this is everything to me. Everything. God's love is everything to me. And I don't know how anybody else would, how they relate to God and what God has truly done for them. And that's okay. If that's your path, that's your path. I'm not here to uh down your path, but certainly don't try to down mine. Don't try to down mine because you feel like yours is better or something. I don't got time for who better and compare. All I'm telling you, God is better. God. It don't matter about the spirituality. It's about God. and how God has delivered me from me and from the hands of the devil, the enemy, and freed me and loved me and has carried me and has had my back. Do you hear me? I am a different woman sitting in front of you right now. I'm different. I've learned to love myself, child, a boy, or whatever. I thought I loved myself. I didn't know what love was. I didn't. And even though I haven't experienced the kind of love that takes your breath away and is there to love you and not hurt you in no form, way, or fashion intentionally. I don't know that love from another human being, but I know God's love. And I know the love that God has given me so that I can love me. That love is it's beautiful, people. God is beautiful. So I just wanted to get on here and share that because I want you to know that you can change. It doesn't matter your situation. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter when people say you can't. God say you can and you will. But you have to trust in God's will. You have to. If you can't do that, I literally don't have anything else to say that I think that will help you other than go to a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, I mean, and only from my personal experience, I am not a licensed professional, health professional. I'm not trying to tell you what to do because your health and your life is important. Okay. I'm saying that from my experience, it just numbed the problem. It doesn't fix the problem. Therapy helps because you can expel what's going on in your heart and they teach you techniques and stuff like that. The medicine just suppresses what is going on inside of you, doesn't allow you to expel it. It just suppresses it or make you numb. I remember I was on one medicine and I was asleep but I was awake, meaning my inside of me was awake, but I could not open my eyes. It was like I could not get up. And I had to go to the doctor like next 2 days or something, and they had given me too much medication. That was the most horrible feeling I ever felt with uh any type of medication. Period. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say that's yeah. So any prescribed medication. Um So I just wanted to tell y'all that because I want you to be happy. And I don't want you to give up. And I know it get tough. I've been there. Look all the little shit I've been through. But I can sit here and say I'm grateful. I don't even know if y'all notice I'm not in my car anymore. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Do you hear me? I'm nothing without God. God is the one who holds my mind up, who gives me my peace, who keeps my heart beating, who breathes life into me, who allows me to stand, allows me to get knowledge and wisdom, to teach me myself, to help me change my ways. Like all kinds of stuff that God got everything inside of God that you need. And shit, some things you won't. So why not? Why not try God? God created you. So, I mean, wouldn't you think He know your every musical note on the inside of you? Just saying He wrote the music. He wrote the notes. He even know how to play it. Knows what instrument to play you on. So you can sound so beautiful. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all because I don't want people to give up because I know sometimes it get hard on this journey, whatever journey you're on, whether you're a spiritual journey, life journey, religious journey, whatever. Like, I know it hurt. I know it hurt when people do fuck shit to you and you feel unloved and all you want to do is love. You get teased, or, people make you feel weird because you're different, or, you know, people judge you, whatever it be, that's their issue. That's their issue. If people can't, come to you and say something good, realize that that's their own issue inside of them that needs to be healed. It'll have nothing to do with you. It got everything to do with them. Because if you can't say something nice to somebody, but you rather get on some, social media or wherever you at and say something nasty to that person, don't take it personal. They showing you their insecurities. They showing you what they got inside of them that need to be healed. And they feel like they can project that shit off on you to make you feel like that. But no, you are beautiful. You are beautiful and you worth living. You worth living for yourself, not for anybody else. I mean, of course, if you have children, they need you too. And I know it's hard sometimes when you have kids and you have some type of illness, mental illness. Trust me, I've been there. I try to keep it together raising my own child. When my own child didn't, he was young and older or whatever, he didn't realize, even when he was older, like how much of a fight I went through. And try to stay sane, as much sane, you know, for him, you know. So be gentle with yourself. Keep on pressing with God. I promise you, at some point in your journey, you're gonna have a breakthrough. And you're gonna feel that freedom and you're gonna feel that peace. And you're gonna feel God's love. And when you feel God's love, it's like no other love that you will experience on earth. It is not like that feeling is just bigger than life. It's bigger than life. So cry it out, write it out, talk it out, but don't check out. Don't check out. I know it's hard. I know you're heartbroken. I know some of y'all out there grieving because maybe y'all lost a loved one. Take it from me. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to release, because you need to experience that feeling and go through that cycle. Holding it in don't help, you know. And I had got to a point where I get death now, so sometimes it's hard for me to cry because I get it. I get the process of it. And I know we all have to die, but if you are hurting and you're grieving, I've learned it's okay. It's okay. Let it out. Everybody grieves differently. Some people don't cry. Some people keep it in. Everybody deals differently, but if it's not healthy for you, and by you keeping it in, definitely let it out because that can cause health problems and mental problems. All right, I hope this help you guys, you beautiful people, um, by telling you my story, so you can see a survivor, a warrior. I'm a warrior, and that God is capable of doing all and anything and everything in your life to make you happy and to heal you and to give you the reason to want to live and keep pushing. Okay? Why don't y'all go ahead on and love God today so you can learn to love yourself. Just love. I love you, beautiful people. Good night.